for pulling this whole thing together. It was a massive effort, and your work and planning was terrific. I first met Linda in the spring of 1987 when my good friend Judge McAuliffe, as some of you may know, recommended me for a position on the OPG Board of Directors. Linda was the deputy director, and I was the newbie in the room just taking up space. I didn't really know what was going on. I don't believe either of us said much the first year that I was there. She was quietly on the management side, and I was just sitting there trying to learn. And finally, after a year or so, we started to greet each other as we came in and out of the board meetings. Over time, however, I gradually picked up the organization's acronyms and vernacular, and eventually, somehow I got appointed to be the OPG treasurer. In 1999, our then executive director left the organization, and Linda Mallon began her job as the interim executive director. And later that year, she became the executive director. As such, it fell to her to put together the organization's budget for the next fiscal year. And this was a challenging event for Linda, as she had limited experience doing budgets. And of course, money was always tight, so we always were fighting on the money side. So I began visiting the office a little more frequently and to give my input on how the budget might be constructed. And this is when Linda and I really got to know each other, and this is when the trust between us became cemented. She grew rapidly into the job. Actually, she was thrust into the job, and within a year or so, she had the full grasp of the reins of our organization. In 2006, with board support, she successfully negotiated the purchase of our office space at 2 Pillsbury Street that we now occupy. She also spent innumerable hours with the space planning and logistics of moving our organization from the home at White Street that we were in for probably 15 or 20 years at Franklin Pierce Law Center over to Pillsbury. During her tenure, the board saw some amazing, talented people join our board, and many of us have stayed on for many years, not only because we believed in the organization's mission, but we believed in the culture and the atmosphere that Linda helped create. Her work at OPG has brought her in contact with many people outside of our office, including probate judges, state contract negotiators, attorneys, and national guardianship organizations, of which New Hampshire is a leader. She's a warm, pleasant person who worked to build an impressive, dedicated staff of 53 people who believe in their work. These professionals look at their job at OPG as a mission, not a job. She continually advocated for her staff at the board level and felt these people were more than staff, they were her colleagues. She helped successfully navigate us through the COVID-19 pandemic, and after we got through that, she announced that she was going to retire last year. And then she agreed to spend the last 4 months of her work at LPG as someone that could download the organizational knowledge and her considerable experience to our new executive director, Lisa Britt Solsky-Stevens. She's done a great job as our leader, and she leaves the organization in great shape. So, Linda, on behalf of the entire board of directors, I want to thank you for your diligent work over the past 40 years. And we send our best wishes for a happy, healthy, fun-filled retirement. We say bravo for a wonderful career. Thank you.